Imagine the energy of a packed arena, lights flashing, thousands of fans screaming, the bass shaking the ground. Everything feels electric. The night is supposed to be perfect. The crowd is waiting for their superstar, Cardi B, a woman who has conquered charts, stages, and headlines around the world. But suddenly, something goes terribly wrong. Behind the stage, away from the cameras and flashing lights, chaos begins to unfold. People start whispering. Security rushes through the hallways. Crew members look terrified. And in the middle of it all, Cardi B collapses. What happens next leaves everyone shocked. Offset, known for his confidence, his swagger, and his unbreakable stage presence, suddenly finds himself facing something no fame, no money, and no success could prepare him for. And in that moment, the rapper who always looks fearless breaks down in tears. This isn't just another celebrity story. This is a moment that reminds us that behind the fame, behind the headlines, and behind the music, there are real people with real emotions. And tonight, we're diving into what really happened. The night started like any other high-profile performance. Fans had been waiting for hours, some even camping outside the venue just to catch a glimpse of Cardi B. The anticipation was massive. Music blasting, fans chanting her name, phones ready to capture every second. Backstage, Cardi B was preparing for the show, surrounded by stylists, managers, dancers, and her team. Everything seemed normal. But those close to her began noticing something unusual. She looked exhausted. Her energy wasn't the same. And despite trying to push through the fatigue, something inside her body was clearly not right. Still, Cardi, being Cardi, the unstoppable performer, insisted on continuing. Because when thousands of fans are waiting for you, the show must go on. Or at least, that's what everyone believed. Just minutes before stepping on stage, the unimaginable happened. Cardi B suddenly collapsed backstage. At first, people thought she might have slipped or simply fainted from exhaustion. But as seconds passed, the situation became far more serious. Crew members rushed toward her. Security cleared the area. Managers began calling for medical help. The excitement that once filled the venue instantly turned into panic behind the curtains. No one knew exactly what was happening, but everyone knew it was bad. And then Offset arrived. When Offset heard the news, he rushed backstage immediately. At first, he couldn't believe what he was hearing. Cardi B collapsed. This was the same woman who dominates stages, commands crowds, and never backs down from pressure. But when he saw her lying there, surrounded by worried staff and medics, reality hit him hard. This wasn't a rumor. This wasn't exaggeration. This was real. And in that moment, the tough rapper known for confidence and power suddenly showed something the world rarely sees: fear. Witnesses say Offset looked completely shaken. His voice cracked. His eyes filled with tears. And for a few moments, the superstar rapper wasn't thinking about fame, music, or cameras. He was simply a husband, worried about the woman he loves. The same Cardi B the world sees as unstoppable suddenly looked fragile. And that moment broke him. Offset reportedly began packing back and forth, asking medics questions. Is she okay? What happened? Can she hear us? Those moments felt like hours. Every second of silence from the medical team made the tension even heavier. People backstage described the atmosphere as one of the most intense moments they had ever witnessed. Because this wasn't about music anymore. It wasn't about performances. It was about life. Offset, overwhelmed with emotion, reportedly wiped tears from his face as he waited for answers. The man who usually performs in front of massive crowds suddenly looked like anyone else facing a terrifying situation involving someone they love. And for many people watching the scene unfold, it was heartbreaking. Meanwhile, out in the arena, thousands of fans were still waiting. At first, the delay seemed normal. Concerts often start late. But as minutes turned into longer waits, whispers began spreading through the crowd. Something wasn't right. Fans started noticing unusual movements backstage. Security seemed tense. Staff members were running across the hallways. Social media began buzzing with speculation. Some fans wondered if the show was being canceled. Others feared something had happened to Cardi. But no one could have imagined the full reality unfolding behind the stage. Medics quickly stepped in to stabilize Cardi B. They checked her vitals. They tried to understand what caused the sudden collapse. Some suspected exhaustion. Others feared dehydration or extreme stress. The life of a global superstar may look glamorous from the outside, but behind the scenes it can be incredibly demanding. Constant travel, late nights, back-to-back performances, media pressure, and the expectation to always be perfect. Sometimes, even the strongest people reach their limit. And that night, Cardi B's body may have simply said enough. Throughout the entire situation, Offset refused to leave her side. Those who were there say he remained close, watching every movement of the medics. He wasn't thinking about the crowd. He wasn't thinking about the headlines. He was thinking about Cardi. Because in that moment, she wasn't just a superstar. She was family. She was the mother of his children. She was the woman he loves. And seeing her vulnerable was something he clearly wasn't prepared for. Moments like these remind us of something important. Celebrities may live in luxury. They may dominate headlines, but they are still human. They feel fear. They experience exhaustion. They face emotional struggles just like everyone else. And sometimes, the pressure of fame can push people beyond their limits. The world often expects celebrities to be strong all the time. But moments like this show that strength also includes vulnerability. Offset's tears weren't weakness. They were love. They were fear. They were human. As news began spreading online, fans around the world reacted instantly. Social media exploded with messages. People were praying for Cardi B. Fans expressed concern. Many were shocked to see reports of Offset breaking down emotionally. Because in the world of hip-hop, where toughness is often the image, seeing such raw emotion caught people off guard. But for many fans, it also made the moment even more powerful. It showed that behind the music and the fame, there is real love. Eventually, medical professionals were able to stabilize the situation. While details remained limited at first, the most important news was that Cardi B was receiving proper care. The immediate crisis had passed, but the emotional impact of the moment remained strong. For Offset, it was a reminder of how quickly life can change. For fans, it was a wake-up call about the pressure celebrities face every day. And for everyone watching, it was a powerful reminder that health always comes first. There's a deeper lesson behind moments like these. In today's world, people are constantly pushing themselves harder and harder, working longer hours, chasing success, trying to keep up with expectations. But sometimes the body and mind need rest. Even the biggest stars in the world can reach a breaking point. And when they do, it reminds us that no level of success makes someone invincible. The night that was supposed to be filled with music and celebration turned into something far more serious. A moment of fear, a moment of love, and a moment that revealed the emotional reality behind celebrity life. Offset's tears showed the world something rarely seen in the spotlight, a genuine concern and vulnerability. And Cardi B's collapse reminded everyone that even the strongest people need care, support, and rest. Fame may create the image of perfection, but moments like this reveal the truth. Behind every superstar is a human being. If this story reminded you of how important health, family, and support truly are, take a moment right now to check in on the people you care about. Because sometimes, the strongest people are the ones silently carrying the heaviest pressure. And if you want more stories that reveal the real moments behind fame, music, and the lives of celebrities, make sure to stay connected. Because sometimes, the most powerful stories happen behind the stage, where the cameras aren't looking. And those are the stories that remind us what truly matters.